Hey y'all, this is Just Loyalties, and I'm back with a quick little video. So it's been on my mind heavy to do a video for girlies that want to get into the hair business. Okay, so first things first, I used to sell the virgin hair back in 2014, 2015, and I switched over to selling only raw hair in 2018. And that was due to me actually having a vendor and basically being bamboozled. Because at the time, it was like 2016, I was asking for Malaysian hair. And I didn't know anything about virgin hair really, besides I knew that it was popular and people were starting to wear it. I got my first virgin hair bundles in 2012, by the way, so I was already kind of ahead of the curve. I bought my first virgin hair bundles from this girl that stayed in Houston, and I ended up cutting the hair, doing all that, and then I ended up meeting my longtime best friend at this job, and she's a real like business person, so we ended up going into business doing selling virgin hair. And so fast forward to 2016, I was asking about Malaysian hair, and they were like, oh, it's just a marketing skill. Basically, if you ask for Malaysian hair, then we just put, the hair on the stickers. And I'm just like, that don't even sound right for real. But anyway, so on top of that, like, this was in 2016, I started selling virgin hair. And that's actually a misused term, and I'm gonna talk about that as well. But anyway, I started selling virgin hair about 2014, 2015. And it was kind of popular then, so it was selling like hotcakes, you know what I'm saying? But after a while, you start wearing the hair, you start getting, feedback from customers and reviews and this and that. So I would say it kind of like went sour. It was just more so like I was trying to find better quality, right? So then in 2016, I got this email from them, and they had told me that basically, like I said, it's a marketing skill. So I'm like, dang, like, I'm a person of quality. Like, I don't care how much it costs. If it's of quality and I know that it can last me for some years, longevity, then baby, guess what? I'm gonna invest in it, because that's what it is, an investment. Investment lasts you over time, does it not? Okay, so yeah, I started selling raw hair in 2018 after I did my research. I really started selling virgin hair in 2016, and I did my research for a whole year. I tested out vendors. I ain't talking about just one, baby. I tested out vendors using my money. And the crazy thing about it is, like, I moved to St. Petersburg, Florida, when I'm originally from Florida. But I moved to St. Petersburg, Florida in 2013, 2014. I had just turned 21. Literally, I started a new job down there, and I started on my actual birthday, and I was turning 21. So I was down there, and already, like I said, I already had bought virgin bundles in maybe like 2012. So I want to say I moved there like 2013, 2014 is when I moved to St. Pete. Because like I said, I already had virgin bundles. And I was still wearing my little virgin hair or whatever, but I had moved, so I was like, dang, I want to be able to find some hair right here in St. Pete where I stayed. So I was in this beauty supply store because I was actually, I do my own hair. Like, I can't remember the last time I got my hair done. I think it was a red bob, but that was back in 2016. I do my own hair. But anyway, so I was in a beauty supply store, and I seen this lady, like, her hair was dyed so pretty. Like, I ain't gonna say dyed, it was bleached. And I was like, look at that, like, oh my God. So I asked her, I was like, where you get your hair from? And she was like, oh, I sell Indian bundles. I was like, girl, Indian hair, like, what is that? Because, like I said, I had not even known about virgin hair and where it should actually come from and all this and all that. So I'm like, girl, I might buy no Indian hair. Like, what is that? So, girl, fast forward to 2018, honey, I'm buying Indian hair. And it's crazy because, like, everything comes full circle. Like, it's crazy how God be working, how the universe be working. So I was like, I really had to sit back and be like, girl, you was asking about, like, you was told about Indian hair way back in 21. And it's just like, now, fast forward, you're selling, you're selling Indian hair. So anyway, back to the research. So I researched for like a whole year before I started selling Indian hair. And the reason why I started selling Indian hair is simply because that's pretty much as real as it's gonna get. Because those people, they cut their hair due to like certain rituals and cultural things, and they also do it for monetary gain. And that's a way for them to provide for themselves. So basically what they do is take the hair off it's supposed to be like single donor, meaning each bundle comes from a different donor. And that's why when it comes to raw hair, if you have real raw hair, like no two bundles will look alike. And that's just like the versatility of raw hair. Like it gives it so much character, you know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why I go with my vendor, because baby, no two bundles look alike. So it's just like you got a mixture of different things, and that also represents who I am as a person. Baby, I have layers. Like I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So that's how I built my brand, or that's how I'm trying to build my brand. Let me say that. But anyway, back to the story. So yeah, I'm selling. I'm doing my research and I'm selling raw hair. And like I said, I chose to go with Indian because, like I said, that's about as real as it's gonna get. So they take the hair off the donor, they put it onto a weft, they sort it. They're looking for, lights. You need to ask for those type of things when it comes to dealing with vendors, because it's coming from a real person's head. So you need to make sure that it's inspected to like the highest, because you don't want to get any, batches where you got lice in your hair. And I've never had that issue with my vendor. So yeah, but that's just something that you just need to be aware of, period. But yeah, I switched over to selling raw hair, and I've been selling raw hair since. And one thing I can tell you about the difference between virgin hair and raw hair is the quality. That's like the main thing. Like this right here is some raw Cambodian hair, and baby, I done had this hair for about going on 2-3 years now, and I done cut it, dyed it. I'm gonna take the color off of this and put a whole new color on, and we're gonna keep it trucking. But that's the main difference, is the quality. Also the price. Like yes, when I was selling not raw hair, when I was selling virgin hair, like I was a little bit more popular. I didn't say a little bit more popular than me, because I'm still popular. I was just a little bit more out there, so people knew me like, oh, you selling something? Let me try it. Da, 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 da. So it was selling like hotcakes, but it was also more affordable than raw hair, which brings me to like when you start selling raw hair, you enter a different tax bracket. You're searching for a different target audience because it costs a little bit more. Like cheap hair is not good hair. And good hair is not cheap hair. Like if you're a girl, like people prioritize different things. Like if you, like say like girlies, they care more about their makeup than they do their hair. Like they don't care what their hair is or how much their hair costs. Like as long as they can get a little style, like they fine, but they can go spend coin on their makeup because that's what they prioritize. So you just really have to find your target audience, because a lot of people think their hair is just hair, and it's really not. Like it's levels to it. And baby, I didn't went level to level. Like, yeah, it's definitely different levels, and it's definitely a different tax bracket. So that's something that you will have to understand when you're transitioning, or either when you're starting out selling hair, period. Like I feel like if you haven't sold hair or you do it as a hobby or something, even if you're just starting out, you need to be able to know how to sell something, because you're gonna have to know how to market your hair. You're gonna have to learn who to market to. Like the main thing when it comes to hair is about what can it provide, like how can it add value to the next person's life. And my main thing is longevity, like, and quality. You can bleach the hair, color the hair when it comes to raw hair, and guess what? It never loses its integrity. Like it's gonna always curl back up. It's gonna always go back to its natural, original state without losing its quality and its integrity. And that's something that I value, because baby, I got a baby. Even then, like I like to get my bang for my buck. So therefore, I want to go with the plan that's gonna have me using my hair as much as I want to, because that's less I have to spend on buying hair, buying bundles. Like that's another thing. Like with virgin hair, it's not gonna last that long, so you're gonna always be constantly buying hair. That's not saving money to me. But we is in an inflation. Stuff is high. So if I can cut back on buying hair and just paying for the install, guess what? I'm gonna do that. But I'll do my hair as well, so I don't gotta worry about that. As long as I got some hair that I can do what I need to do with, baby, it's gonna get done. And I'm gonna save some coin while I'm at it. Like, baby, I will reuse this hair until I can't use it no more. And that's just me. I don't care who got something to say about it, because I don't switch up my textures that much. Like, this is a wavy. You can wild curl this hair to get a curly look. You can straighten it to get a bone straight look. Like, that's another thing with virgin hair. So they have more textures, but it's man-made. When it comes to raw hair only comes in 3 textures, which is natural textures, which is straight, wavy, and curly. And when it comes to the straight hair, like, it's not gonna be bone straight. It's gonna have a slight wave. I mean, think about it. Your real hair is not bone straight. When you wet it, it has a slight wave to it. So keep that in mind when you're dealing with raw hair. Like, it's not gonna look just like the next person. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna look like virgin hair. It's not gonna act like virgin hair, because it's actually coming off a real person's head, versus the virgin hair is mixed with fillers, animal hair, baby, all type of things. Hair from the ground, from the salons, synthetic fibers. I don't know if I already said that, but once I did my research, and I was just like, I don't know if I want to sell that to my customers. Like, I wouldn't want to wear that, so why would I, sell that type of hair to my customers? So, like I said, it prompted me to do my own research, and I ran across this video on YouTube, and I'm gonna link it in the comments if y'all want to go watch it, so y'all can see like how this stuff is actually done. I also want to give a shout out to, I don't know if she's still on here, but Samantha LaRon. She used to have used to be weavy hair, but she used to sell raw hair back in the day, and she switched over to, she known for the bitches is weird gear. I don't know if her Instagram is still up, but I was following her on YouTube as well when I was doing my research. I was just like, like, she was showing me like how light the hair bleaches. You can put color on it. Like, I'm talking about lime green. You can go to the heights of the high, because raw hair, it bleaches to the light, like 613. You know what I'm saying? Without damaging the hair. Of course, it's gonna be altered, because raw hair simply means like it's chemically unprocessed. It's like straight off the person's head. It hasn't been touched with bleach, perm, nothing. And a lot of people get it like, they say, oh, I don't know what raw 613 hair is. Like, of course, it's not raw after it has been bleached, but it's still raw hair. It's just like you bleaching your real hair. It's been chemically processed, but it's still your hair. You know what I'm saying? So that's another misconception. Like, I don't know why girls put the raw in front of 613 in front of raw. Like, it's still raw hair. It's just colored to a 613 color. Like, come on, be for real, be serious. So that's another breakdown of that. But yeah, it's a lot of pros when it comes to raw hair. Like I said, from when you get longevity, you get quality. That's pretty much all I'll be looking for. If you don't switch up textures that much, and you cool with the straight, the wavy, and the curly, raw hair is the way to go. If you have the money to, invest in that, but it's a one-time thing, because raw hair is gonna last you up to 4 to 5 years. That's just what it is. Like I say, I got stuff I can go pull out my closet right now, and I can put on, revamp it, and it's gonna be brand new. But a lot of people don't prefer raw hair because it comes with a little bit more maintenance. Like, you're gonna have to upkeep your hair. If you got a house, that's an investment to some people. You're gonna have to upkeep your house, are you not? That's just what comes with the territory. But if you're not a person that care about their hair and don't want to do all that extra, ins and outs of it, then go with the more affordable approach, which is virgin hair. But like I said, you're gonna be buying more of it, because it's just not gonna last that long. And like I said, with raw hair, it only comes in 3 textures. If you like the kinky texture, the kinky afro, the loose wave, deep wave, all that is man-made. However, if that's your jam, then go with that. Go with the virgin hair. And it's like I say, it's also more affordable. But I'm looking for the girlies. I'm talking about the girlies that want to see the bang for their buck, like want to get the longevity out of their hair. Unless you want to go to a shorter length, you should not be having to keep buying raw hair. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's like the kind of pros and cons when it comes to virgin hair and raw hair. I don't know if I mentioned all of them, but if y'all got any more questions, ask me in the comments, and I'll be sure to help y'all. And also, when it comes to hair, period, you guys need to research. How can you know what you're selling if you don't know what you're selling? You don't even know what you're asking for. Like, how would you know? How would you know? So yeah, my research consisted of, like I said, a lot of people, Indian hair is so popular now, but when I started back in 2018, people were hardly selling it. But one thing about me, I've always been ahead of the curve. Like, I'm always researching on the next best thing. Like I said, I was wearing bundles in 2012. That was way before people even knew about virgin hair, bundles, what it was. They were still on back yet. But I'm testing it out, which is why I was able to sell my hair, how I was able to sell my hair, because I was already ahead of the curve. Like, it was new to the market. People love new stuff. So it was new to the market. And so it was selling like hotcakes. And I post, some of my pictures of, when I first started or whatever, and how I was selling it. Baby, I was riding around with her. Call me on the beam, get to your front door. Yes, I'm like, geez. You feel me? Front door service, baby. You ain't even gotta drive. But no, seriously, it was selling. But at the same time, it wasn't what I wanted to provide to my customers, which is why, I did my research. And it's a lot when it comes to the research. You have to test vendors. You have to know what to test. You have to know what to look for. You have to know what raw hair looks like. You have to know what it is that you're purchasing, because you will get scammed, especially in the hair business, especially with these Chinese vendors. They have learned a marketing skill. They will tell you whatever they need to tell you in order to get your money. And clearly, I have the email of where they sent that to me and said, hey, it's just a marketing skill. If you want Malaysian, baby, we're going to put Malaysian on there. And I was like, no, raw hair, any type of hair like that you're trying to sell, it should come from its origin, meaning Indian hair needs to come from India. Burmese hair needs to come from Burma. And Vietnamese hair needs to come from Vietnam. Cambodian hair needs to come from Cambodia. So you have a lot of these Chinese vendors that have, we're selling raw Burmese hair. No, it's not coming from China. You're selling a man-made pattern, and you're trying to market it as raw hair. And that's the way to get scammed if you don't know what raw Burmese curly hair is supposed to look like. If you don't know that, you know what I'm saying, you can tell by a picture, like, hey, that ain't what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? And even if it is what you're looking for, you need to vet these vendors. Like, you gotta ask certain questions. You need to be able to, they need to be able to respond in a timely manner. Like, it's stuff you just need to know. Because as a consumer, if I come to you like, what's the difference between this and what's the difference between that? And you don't know your stuff, I'm not buying from you. Especially if I've already did my research. I'm the type of girl, like, I don't care if I'm going out to eat to a restaurant. I'm looking at the reviews, because I want to know if I should go spend my money there. I don't care if it's on Amazon. I'm looking at reviews. I'm looking at everything, because it's my money and I want to know like what I'm investing in. But a lot of people are, like I said, they just jump on the bandwagon, just buying vendors and not even knowing if it's a good vendor or not. And yes, a lot of people are selling their vendors, but is it their personal vendor? Like, I feel like the people that are selling their vendors for a top dollar, like, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of up there. It's possibly their real vendor, because you have to understand as a business person, anytime that you're giving out your info, you have to keep in mind about quality. So that means that the more people that have my information, that means that these vendors are trying to get out, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to get that product out. So the quality kind of fades. So we always want to keep quality number one. That's number one. Like, it should never be low on your list. I don't care how much it costs. Quality over quantity, baby. That's where we at in this season. So, yeah, do your research. Research, because you will get scammed if you don't know, like, certain terms. Remy hair, all of that. Remy hair, virgin hair, non-Remy hair. All of those terms you need to know when it comes to, looking for a vendor. And like I said, with your target audience, if you're transitioning from virgin to raw hair, you're gonna have to target a different audience, because it's in a different tax bracket. You are leveling up, okay? So you need to level up your target audience. Let them know, like, what is the reason they need to buy raw hair. Like I said, longevity and quality is gonna be your top two. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so top two. Those need to be what you're focusing on, because if you don't, they're not gonna buy. You know what I'm saying? And When I first started in 2018, it took me, I was using Facebook ads at that point. So I was getting, you know what I'm saying? I was getting my product around, trying to be seen. And I started, I want to say like March or April of 2018. By July, August, I set up my own website, Wix through Wix. I made my own website. If you want to do a website, you don't know where to start, how to start, Wix is good. I've transitioned to Shopify, but Wix is a good website to use if you're just starting out because it's more easier to navigate. But baby, I had made up my own website, and I already kind of had like website building experience from middle school. I'm remembering y'all, but from middle school, I learned how to make my own website from Notepad. You know what I'm saying? In technology class as an elective. And then when I got to high school, baby, I took 2 years of web design, so I kind of know like the basics. Cause my website now, baby, it's not there, but we're gonna get there, okay? And that's another thing. Like when you first start out, baby, do what you gotta do and work with what you have. But back to what I was talking about. So I forgot where I was, y'all. I was at the part where I was talking about. I was doing Facebook ads when I first started. But then like the first 2-3 months, I had shipped hair to the United Kingdom, and I shipped hair to Canada within the first 2 months of me, doing my little Facebook ads and putting it on the market. So I won't say I won't say it's not hard because it is hard, but you just gotta know how to market and who to market to and where to market at. You know what I'm saying? Facebook ads helped me a lot because it got my product out there, and it was easy. I don't say it was easy, but I was able to put it in front of people. You know what I'm saying? And not just my local town, because I'm from a small town, and those people don't be trying to spend no money. So guess what? I didn't let that stop me. I got more global, and you need to be seen. It's called visibility. That is how you get your product in front of your customers. Visibility, baby. So I built me a website. I say, like a couple people, supported me from my hometown, but baby, I'm trying to get beyond it because, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to build a brand. You can't just build it with your hometown. A lot of people that you know are not going to support you, so get that in your head. Your friends, your family won't be your biggest supporters. And if you got some good friends, baby, kudos to you. If they support you, kudos to you. I got one friend, 2 friends. My friends supported me, but at the same time, don't just look for that to be your support. You need to look beyond that, baby. Be a visionary. Look beyond that. Put your product in front of people that you feel like it's gonna buy. Like, put it out there. You gotta put it in their face. Otherwise, they won't know about it. But I ain't trying to rumble on in this video. It's just a little, a couple pointers to let y'all know. Some ins and outs when it comes to selling hair. And I can tell you, because like I said, I've been on both sides. I sold the virgin hair and I sold the raw hair. But I do have a vendor ebook that includes my raw Indian vendor, my personal vendor. And it's on sale for $97.99. But it's originally $149.99. Because like I said, this is my personal vendor. I care about my product. What I'm giving y'all is my baby. That's what I first started out with. And the quality is unmatched. Like, I've never really got a bad review unless it's just people that don't know how to care for raw hair and don't know what to do. I ain't never got a bad review, and I stand on that. I step that. But yeah, I'm giving y'all my baby. So it's just like, if you serious, you gonna put the money into it. You gonna invest in yourself. If you wanna get you a whole Chinese-based vendor, baby, go do that. I don't have no, you know what I'm saying? Do what works for you. But I'm giving y'all a vendor that I personally use to this day, and that I've tested out, and I know the quality is top tier. Like, I'm not gonna give y'all no BS. I don't gatekeep. I'm always helping the girls. I just did this girl just WhatsApp me last night, and I was telling her like some free vendors that she could use if she wanna test them out. But when it comes to investing in the business, but you gotta invest in yourself. Like, a lot of people, they'll give you a little bit of the game, but the game is to be sold, not told. And I don't say that to be greedy, but it's like, I put in work to find my vendors. I put in work. I'm talking about, I up 3 in the morning because that's what time they up over there. It's called dedication. You know what I'm saying? I was dedicated to the ground, dedicated to this. Like, I do hair on the side, so why not be able to provide quality hair as a convenience to people that don't know about hair as well as they want some quality hair? Like, a lot of people pay for convenience. Like, if you do hair and you want to start selling hair, sell hair, because a lot of people don't know nothing about hair. Number one, do your research. But a lot of people do not know about hair, and they're like, oh, I don't know where to, find quality bundles. Boom, you sell bundles, you know what I'm saying? Package deals. Boom, you good. And it's all about your mindset. Like, get into the habit of saying you got a quality product and people don't mind paying for it. Because like I said, it's plenty of people out here that's gonna buy your product. Like, I see a lot of people they getting sales. And I ain't at the level of some of these people, but I know my stuff and I know the quality of my product. Because like I said, I haven't got any bad reviews, and I post all my socials in the description box. But please understand, y'all, it's a different bracket when you switching over from virgin hair to raw hair. Like, learn your product, because like I said, as a consumer, people want to know what they're putting their money into. Like, a lot of people don't care, but we in inflation. People want to know where their money going and how's it going, you know what I'm saying? How's it going to benefit them, you know what I'm saying? So, know your product. Research. That's the number one thing, because I do not want you guys to get scammed. However, like I said, in my ebook, I teach y'all how to find raw hair vendors. And like, China-based vendors are so easy to find, but if you want a raw hair vendor, I can teach you the process as well as give you my pay. That's the first one I started out with, my raw Indian. Like I said, I still use to this day. But if you guys are interested, click the link below. And if you guys have any more questions that you want to know about raw hair business, whatever the case is, put them in the comments and I'll be happy to help you guys. But until the next video,